From JBS Studios in Greater New York, this is the JBS News Update with Teisha Bader.
I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Thursday, September the 26th, 2019. An Israeli policewoman was lightly hurt this afternoon in an attempted terror attack in Jerusalem's Old City. A Palestinian walked up to a group of officers stationed at the Shalshelet, or Chains Gate, near the Temple Mount, and pulled out a knife, trying to stab them. The officers overpowered the terrorist, and in the scuffle, the 34-year-old policewoman was stabbed in the hand and was treated for light injuries. The terrorist was reportedly arrested and taken for questioning. Well, after Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu was tapped with forming the next government of Israel last night and suggested that he was open to the idea of joint leadership in that government, presumably referring to Benny Gantz's Blue and White Party, a path to how exactly that would happen, if at all, remains unclear today. Likud Tourism Minister Yariv Levin told the Kan public broadcaster today, "We are ready and willing to negotiate on the basis of the framework presented by the president." This alternative, he said, is not what we had hoped for, but it's much better than third elections. Gantz called on Netanyahu and Likud to hold talks towards a unity government with no conditions, no spin, and no blocks, referring there to Netanyahu's previous agreement to go into post-election talks as a bloc with right-wing and religious parties. Gantz also said that his party could not sit with a prime minister against whom there are active indictments, referring to the fraud and breach of trust cases Netanyahu is facing. Netanyahu, meanwhile, wants his pre-indictment hearing, set for next week, aired on live television. The prime minister told Attorney General Avichai Mandelblit, "Not only do I have nothing to hide, I want everything to be heard." Mandelblit reportedly denied the request later today. Palestinian Authority President Mahmoud Abbas addressed the United Nations General Assembly in New York City today, where he said he plans to call for general elections for the Palestinians when he returns from the UN. The Jerusalem Post's Tova Lazaroff tweeted that Abbas also expressed his firm rejection of the yet-to-be-seen U.S. peace plan for Israel and the Palestinians, and accused the U.S. of supporting, quote-unquote, Israeli aggression against the Palestinians. Abbas also said the Palestinians condemned terror and that their hands were extended in peace. At the same time, he said the payments the Palestinian Authority makes to terrorists and their families would never stop, saying, "Even if I have one penny left, I will give this penny to the families of the martyrs." And staying with the world body, UN Special Rapporteur on Freedom of Religion or Belief, Ahmed Shahid, released an interim report on anti-Semitism, writing that he was alarmed by the growing use of anti-Semitic tropes by white supremacists and members of radical Islamist groups, and seemed to also criticize the BDS, Boycott, Divestment, and Sanctions campaign against Israel, writing that while international law recognizes boycotts as constituting legitimate forms of political expression which draws upon anti-Semitic tropes or stereotypes, rejects the right of Israel to exist, or advocates discrimination against Jewish individuals because of their religion should be condemned. Shahid also recommended a UN office be created to engage with Jewish communities around the world and to monitor anti-Semitism. Israel's ambassador to the UN, Danny Danon, welcomed the report, which he said reflects the organizational change toward Israel. And new U.S. Ambassador to the UN, Kelly Craft, addressed the Security Council this past Friday, reaffirming support for Israel. She said the United States has always supported Israel in the past. The United States supports Israel today. The United States will always support Israel moving forward. Craft also met with Danon, who expressed his gratitude for her strong position. Well, Israel's population is now over 9 million and was up 2.1% from last year. This according to the country's Central Bureau of Statistics, who released a report just ahead of the Jewish New Year. Breaking down the numbers, of that 9 million, 74.2% is Jewish, 21% Arab, and 4.8% is categorized as other. And the Jewish Agency released a population report ahead of Rosh Hashanah as well, showing there are now 14.8 million Jews worldwide, up 100,000 from the previous year. These statistics show 8.1 million Jews living outside of Israel, with the largest amount in the United States, 5.7 million, followed by France with 450,000, Canada with 392,000, Britain with 292,000, Argentina with 180,000, Russia with 165,000, Germany with 118,000, and Australia with 118,000 as well. There are also 26,000 Jews living in Arab and Muslim states, with 15,000 in Turkey, 8,500 in Iran, 2,000 in Morocco, and 1,000 in Tunisia. Taking a look now at our programming for tonight on JBS for Thursday, September the 26th. At 7 o'clock, it's Talmud study. At 8, Rabbi Joseph Telushkin discusses his book on Rabbi Menachem Schneerson. At 9, Mark Golub sits down with Rabbi Daniel Cohen, who talks about his book, What Will They Say About You When You're Gone? At 10, author Ron Lieber discusses parenting strategies. And coming up right after this newscast, it's Innovation Israel. And that's the JBS News Update for Thursday, September the 26th, 2019. I'm Teisha Bader.